Time passes in a blur, and suddenly it's been a month since Nikki and I moved to Isokaze, and I started at Ace Academy. My team and I are stronger than ever, and our winning streak has not been broken. It currently stands strong at 1 victory. Kaori, Sho, Mayu, and I spent many evenings practicing in the hangar, learning how to anticipate each other's needs on the battlefield. Yuuna continues to manage our sponsorship from Dashu, and she's become more comfortable with the team. Valerie works hard behind the scenes to continually update our gears, and after all the tweaks she had given Eagle, I'm more confident than ever in my mech's abilities. I've had a surprising number of companies reach out to me to partner and research my core, but I've declined each invitation. I don't feel comfortable having strangers poke and prod at my dad's legacy, especially when I don't understand what's going on myself. Exactly, I feel like we don't know what's going on with our core, right? So we definitely don't want people we don't know messing around with it. Because at some point I felt like I knew how to at least kind of trigger that specific overdrive function of the core, and then it didn't really work, you know. Remember when I was like, yep, I'll be the distraction for 3 against 1, and then in that battle nothing happened. Like, sure, we won that particular match still, but it was kind of anticlimactic considering that I hoped that we would go in overdrive again, but that didn't happen. Part of me then started to suspect Valerie a little bit, that she had messed with things, but I don't know. I've become more trustworthy of her for sure. Like, I still have maybe 1 to 5% doubt or something within her, but mostly I trust her now, I think. Aside from updating my gear, Valerie has spent the majority of her free time investigating my core, under supervision. She hasn't touched anything she shouldn't. I think. I'm a little surprised by her focus, but when she puts her mind to something, she will stop at nothing to get results. On the home front, Uncle Kaito is still as busy as ever, now that his newly opened cafe has become insanely popular. Nikki spends most of her time at her school's cooking club, which has gained a lot of traction among the students. Sadly, that means I've had to fend for myself when it comes to food. Uh-oh. Ordering in it is. I wake up at the sound of my alarm, then begin my morning routine. When I enter the kitchen, I make myself a bowl of cereal. Nikki's already left for school. This was actually one of the more... Last time when I went on vacation in the Philippines, and we went to other countries in Asia as well. One of the things I actually found out is that like the McDonald's, KFC and stuff like that, in Asian countries they actually freaking deliver. Here in the Netherlands they don't. I'm not sure if it is in America whether they deliver or not, especially considering I feel like, you know, for the most people that like eat at McDonald's and KFC every single day, like the minimal exercise that they get is probably like either walking to McDonald's or KFC, or like the tiny walk from their car to the food or whatever. But especially in, because I remember the first time, like the first day I was in the Philippines when I was with my sister in we were like near a beach resort or something, and then the first thing in the morning I saw was like actually had food from McDonald's, which actually just blew my mind. Like, what? They deliver here? What the fuck? So we could have that here, considering we're in Japan. They probably do deliver here as well. But cereal is good too. Cereal is much better, at least healthier, right? To impress Kaori. Lately, she's been leaving early almost every day. It barely phases me anymore, especially after I found cereal in the grocery store. The most expensive box of Tiger Flakes I've ever bought. Finishing up breakfast, I hop on my bike and head to school. Valerie is already waiting for me and waves me over as soon as I enter the classroom.
I have news for you.
Oh, let me know, Valerie Bell. Good news or bad news? She pauses, then grins playfully.
Come with me to the hangar after class and I'll show you.
That grin still doesn't really help me to, you know, narrow down the choices from good to bad news. I still don't know which one it is, because that smile can mean both. The hangar? So it's something to do with my core?
What else would it be about?
My other core? You do spend a lot of time there. Take your pick. Nothing. She spends a lot of time there. Good point. You spend so much time at the hangar sometimes. I wonder if that's where you sleep.
I'm not sure sleep is the term I'd use.
What term then?
More like an extended rest.
She smiles sweetly. Right. Valerie waits expectantly.
So?
Okay. So what?
You haven't said yes yet. Will you come with me to the hangar?
I thought the yes was kind of obvious. It was implied. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Good. I was starting to think maybe you didn't want to be alone with me.
And why wouldn't I want to be alone with you? Before I can respond, the professor raises her voice over the chatter.
Good morning, everyone. In today's lesson, we will cover... That's all for today. Have a great rest of your day.
We will cover today. Okay, that's it. That's it. If only every single lesson was like this. Today we will cover, and then you just pass out, and then you wake up, and then, the lesson is over. Just as I finish packing up my things, Valerie grabs my hand and pulls me towards the door.
Let's go!
Alright. Sure, just give me a minute. She's already started walking with me in tow. I hastily grab my bag. Or we can go now. We cut across campus and enter the hangar through the main entrance instead of the pilot's lounge. Inside the hangar, Valerie rushes straight to the Eagle's terminal, shooting impatient glances at me as I follow behind. She sets herself in front of my terminal, and after typing in a sequence, she proudly points at the screen.
Check it out!
Cool numbers, I'd rather be checking you out. Stare silently. I don't know what I'm looking at, so I'll just stare silently. I stare at the continuous string of numbers on the screen. After a moment, Valerie waves her hand in my face.
Hello? Anybody there?
I just saw so many numbers, I just thought I entered the Matrix. I snap back to reality. What are you doing?
Just making sure you're still there. You spaced out on me.
No, I was checking out the numbers.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, numbers. Pretty cool. It might be, if I knew what it was.
Well, you know how all the system scans we've been doing haven't shown anything new?
Yeah?
Our approach was the mistake. I was thinking, if I wanted to leave a secret message on a system, I would embed it into existing code and spoof the service identity so that it would remain inconspicuous during scans.
What?
Well, I was doing a manual evaluation through listed services during the last week and noticed a discrepancy here. When I tried to execute it, it came back with this screen.
I understood half of those words, maybe. Her voice grows with excitement.
I'm positive there's something behind this code.
Really? Then let's find out what it is.
I was hoping you'd say that. Tell me how to decrypt it and we'll find out in a second.
How do I know how to decrypt it? What makes you think that I know how to do that? She raises an eyebrow. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Would you be able to hack it? Valerie bites her lip as she thinks.
Yeah, but it might take a few days.
A few days? That's probably still faster than it would take me to figure it out. She grins.
I won't argue with that. Okay, I'll do it.
Alright, hacker girl.
But only because you're cute.
See, being a Leonardo DiCaprio lookalike has its benefits. She winks at me, then turns towards the terminal. Thanks. Already engrossed in the code, Valerie gives me a short wave of dismissal. She's like, alright, you can go now, bye-bye. As I find my way out the hangar, my phone dings with an email from the school administration. I scan through the contents. Due to the disqualification of Team Strike X, my team will now face Ona Bugaisha in this week's match. I wonder what Strike X did to get themselves disqualified. My phone vibrates with a group chat from show. You guys get that email? I type out my response. Yeah, Wonder what Strike X did. Probably lied about something important. That's one reason why I left. That's their former team? Wait, Strike X was Sho and Kaori's old team? I consider asking Sho to talk more about what happened with him and Strike X, but decide against it. I'm still curious, but this isn't the time to go into it. While I was thinking, a text from Mayu comes in. Looks like we'll go against Ona Bugaisha instead. Ona Bugaisha does sound familiar, but I can't recall which team they are. Who are they again? A team we must demolish! Of course Kaori would write in all caps. She doesn't even have the option on her phone or her keyboard. On her keyboard, caps lock is just like it's activated, and then she just removed it from her keyboard just so that she can't even switch or turn it off. It's just always in capital letters. Whoa, that's even more aggressive than usual. Shut up, Sho! Please, don't be upset, Kaori. I'm fine. While the texts come in, I rack my brain trying to recall how I know that name. Oh, right. Never mind. They're that old girls team, right? Oh, the one that was rank 9 in the beginning? Yeah. They're supposed to be pretty good. Who cares? I won't let them beat us. The text ceases after that. Probably for the best. An old girls team. Well, what do I feel like doing now? Kaori, Mayu, Yuuna. I feel like, considering we're going to be doing all the routes anyway, the two girls that we spend the most time with is... The most, I feel like it's definitely Valerie. Second most has been Yuuna, I think. So, Valerie's no choice here. So I guess we'll just go with Yuuna. I think if we gotta narrow things down a little bit now. So I think we'll narrow it down to both Yuuna and Valerie for this one. And then we'll see which one of the two we'll end up with. And then we'll just, work our way down towards down the entire list of girls. So yeah, this time only Yuuna. I was browsing a list of clubs and classes earlier, and Ace offers a cooking club. I remember Nikki mocking me, saying I should join when she first started her club. But maybe that isn't such a bad idea, especially now that I have to cook for myself every morning. The look on her face would be priceless if I offered to cook and it was edible. I'll go check it out. The cooking class is held in the culinary building. I enter a classroom filled with multiple cooking stations already set up with ingredients. It kinda reminds me of a chemistry lab, but with stoves and ovens. In the corner of the room, I spot Yuuna and claim the station beside her. I just run right to that station. Oh, she actually looks pretty cute with an apron on, and she's wearing a skirt? I've never seen her wear that. Hey, Yuuna. She blinks in surprise.
Oh, hey! Are you part of the cooking club?
I just became part of it right now. No, I'm just dropping in today, but seeing her like this has really made me take a serious consideration in joining.
Me too. What brings you here?
The food, of course. I'd like to make a meal for Nikki.
Nikki?
Oh, don't worry, that's not my girlfriend, Yuuna. Oh, she's my younger sister.
I didn't know you have a sister.
Yeah, I don't really like to bring it up very often. Yep, she loves to cook, but I thought maybe I'd give her a break and make her something instead. Yuuna smiles.
You sound like a really thoughtful big brother.
Exactly, I am a really thoughtful big brother. What about you? What brings you here?
Since I quit the SBA, I've got a lot of extra time.
Whoa.
So I've been trying out some of the other clubs Ace offers.
You quit the SBA? Why? When did you quit the SBA?
Right around when I got Dachu as your sponsor.
I feel like she was upset. Remember when we got declined by, I don't even know what the company was, the corporation, Warhead something, but we got declined by it, right? I feel like Yuuna was upset, and she like took it upon herself as like a personal thing to find us a sponsor, and then after that she was like, screw you SBA, and then she left. Her voice holds the edge of finality. It's clear she doesn't want to talk about this further. Anything catch your interest?
A couple, but I'm still weighing my options. Besides, it's fun trying new things.
Sure, that's what people keep saying. The student instructor arrives, and everyone breaks away from their conversations to stand at their stations.
Welcome, everyone!
Oh god. He goes in a short message explaining who he is and the rules and structure of the club.
Now that that's out of the way, today we will be learning how to make kasutera. If you haven't already done so, please put on your aprons.
Kasutera? What is kasutera? I slip off my blazer and tie the apron around my waist. Oh no, I don't want to see myself in an apron.
First, we will preheat the oven to 160 degrees. And don't forget to line your pan with parchment paper.
Isn't that a little low? Oh right, it's in Celsius.
For our dry ingredients, we will have 1 cup and 2.5 tablespoons of bread flour and 1 cup of sugar. The wet ingredients will have 6 eggs and 5 tablespoons of honey diluted with 2.5 tablespoons of water.
I don't even have that many fucking eggs. At least there aren't that many ingredients. As instructed, I measure out the ingredients. Wait, I forgot to preheat the oven! What temperature should it be? 160, right? I'm pretty sure it was 160. I preheat the oven to 160 degrees. The instructor continues to provide instructions, and I follow as best as I can. Oh, did she have like a little smudge? Little smudge underneath her eye? While whisking the eggs, my gaze wanders over to Yuuna. She's carefully pouring flour into her measuring cup and leveling it off before dumping it in the bowl. Her tongue sticks out slightly as she concentrates. I try to hold back a chuckle. When she glances at me, there's a smudge of flour on her cheek, and I can't hold back my smile. Aw, she looks so cute. She matches my grin before turning back to her ingredients. I refocus on my own station and add the sugar. The only thing left is to add the honey. How much water do I use to dilate the honey? I forgot about that. 2.5 tablespoons or something? Or 2.5 cups? But the thing is, right? The thing always is when someone has like something on their face and you try to say like, oh yeah, you got something on your face there, and you point on the exact same spot that's on your face in correlation to theirs. For some reason, people never really, they never find the correct spot that they're supposed to wipe away, or where they have the smudge. One of the most frustrating things ever is like, no, dude, to the left, and then he goes to the right, and you're like, no, other left. 2.5 teaspoons. Oh no, it was tablespoons. Right? Can I go back? Well, I fucked up. I'll stick to my choices, 2.5 teaspoons. I just saw the number 2.5 and clicked on it.
Once you add the last of your flour, mix the ingredients until combined. Be careful not to overmix. Pour the batter into your pan and let it bake for 35 minutes.
Alright, well, mine's already gonna be a disaster. As instructed, I add the last of my flour to the mixture and continue to mix it. What counts as overmixing anyway? How do I know if I've mixed just the right amount or too much? Using my wooden spoon, I poke around to see if there are any flour chunks still left. Nope. I guess that means my batter is ready to go into the oven. I set the timer for, oh shit, 30 minutes? 30 minutes sounds fine. Now, just to wait and see. Oh my god, I didn't pay attention. I was too distracted by Yuuna, okay? Once my timer dinks, I carefully remove the cake from the oven. It baked unevenly, so some of the side is spilling over the pan. I think it might be a little darker on one side too. Does that mean it's burned? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. I pry it out of the pan and put it on my plate. Some of the edges got stuck to the parchment paper when I removed it, so there are patches of yellow exposed under the darkish brown layer. Yuuna carefully sets her cake on her plate. It's a perfect loaf with a golden brown top and light yellow sides. Of course, Yuuna has it perfectly. She glances over at my cake and hides her smile with a cough. It's alright, Yuuna. You can laugh out loud. That's fine. That's fine. The instructor begins his taste test in my row at the back of the classroom. He reaches me before Yuuna.
It didn't quite come out the way you expected, did it? But let's see how it tastes.
Is he talking about mine? He puts a forkful of cake in his mouth. He chews thoughtfully.
It's not quite right. There's something a little off about the taste and texture.
Yeah, you should probably put like all the, not just all the ingredients, but like all the proper steps. You should write it down on the board. Oh, never mind, we don't write anymore. You should, I guess, display it electronically on the wall. I must have gotten some of the measurements wrong. Next time, I'll pay more attention to the recipe. Yuuna smiles.
That's not bad for a first try.
Yeah, sure. It's okay. She's trying to make me feel better, I understand, Yuuna, but I failed horribly. The instructor stops at Yuuna's station next.
This is a beautiful cake. I can't wait to see how it tastes.
So do I want to taste it. Yuuna's face lights up in anticipation as the instructor takes a bite. He pauses, straining to keep his face calm, then gulps heavily.
How is it?
Her voice trembles with hope. The instructor's voice is hoarse as he chokes out his next words. The next words better be fantastically delicious or I'll choke him myself.
Practice makes perfect.
That's not good.
What?
Huh? Let me try. I take a bite.
How is it?
It's like if sugar and plaster had a baby together. And I let it sit out in the sun until every drop of moisture was baked out of it. Oh god, that actually doesn't sound good. How do I put this nicely? It doesn't taste how it looks. I wish I could untaste this. Okay, both of the three options are like bad. So we can't even lie to her. We can't even say like, oh, it's the most delicious, the most delicious thing I've ever tasted. Well, half puking, but so let's try and put this as nice as possible, right? I don't want to hurt her feelings, obviously. So I'm gonna say it. How do I put this nicely? Practice makes perfect. Alright, I'm sorry, Professor. You were right the first time, okay? Who was I to question your knowledge about food and taste testing and whatnot, you know? I am stupid for saying that I will choke you out, because, you know, the thing about it is sometimes food may look good, but indeed it doesn't really taste good. Sometimes you have the opposite. It looks disgusting and then it tastes magnificent. So, yeah. I hope that doesn't, you know, I hope that's not representative of how Yuuna is. Like, you know, she looks beautiful, but then on the inside she's icky. I don't know.
Again?
Oh, I'm sorry, Yuuna, but you made it look pretty at least.
Can it really be so bad?
Try it yourself, although I wouldn't recommend it. Yuuna grabs her fork and stuffs a piece in her mouth. She grimaces, then sighs deeply.
Practice does make perfect.
Yep. I'm sorry, Yuuna. The instructor moves on to another station, while Yuuna pouts at her rejected cake. Well, aside from the result of your baking, what did you think of this class?
It was fun, but surprisingly challenging.
She glances at her cake again and mutters under her breath.
Where did I go wrong?
You're going to stick with this as your new extracurricular activity?
I don't know. I want to keep checking out other clubs.
Yeah, that's good. Just, you know, leave all the options open. Makes sense.
It looks like other students are trying each other's cakes. You want to try some?
Some of the other ones? Not yours again, right? Sure. You and I walk around the room and try some of the other cakes with varying results. Once we've tasted all of them, we head out.